Trains do best. It was just the middle of October on the island of New Florida, and the trains on the tracks were being really useful and friendly while pulling passengers, freight, and gender service. Passenger trains on the island do their job by taking passengers from town to town or for going on long distance routes. Amtrak does a good job with its work too, because they use P40DC 811 locomotives because they're important to all the engines and Mr. Cakester's railroad. Some trains go along Drusillettes, which is a new word we made up. Sorry to confuse you, but this is a new place because it's important, because the train tracks are adjacent to the highway, because it's public land, and that's what makes Amtrak really useful. MBTA commuter rail is important too, because they use double-decker and single-decker coaches from going to Boston and beyond. Many engines like Becky are useful too, because they're smart trains and they do their work properly. But whatever gender products make up the train, it's really useful to what you need to do to be a smart train indeed. One early afternoon, Alexia the woman train was hauling a load of manifest freight to Cordonelme, the capital. She was being a really useful engine. I enjoy pulling freight trains, Alexia said, because that makes me a really useful engine. And when she passed into the motion detector circuit, her wheels shunted the rails and the crossing arms swung down, and Alexia's ditch lamps blinked, and she steamed over the crossing. It was a long train. Make way for 33 freight cars, Alexius called out. Woman train coming through. She was being really useful when she came through the countryside. Over in Sheetrock Hills, Manny and his tools were building a new train table for the carnival when Alexia steamed over a bridge. In the tool shop, it was busy. I can build this, Pat said. Do it, Turner said. It's gonna be fun, said Rusty. Before long, the crossing gates down the street started to come down, and Alexia steamed over the crossing. Look, Tools, Manny said. There's a woman train coming. It's Alexia! Make way, she said. Woman train coming through! She was being really useful. "33 cars was a lot, but Alexia carried on. Further up ahead, she met Kirsten pulling a work train. She was going up Gordon's Hill. I'll race you to the top, Alexia said. I'll get to the top first, Kirsten said, 'cause I'm the fastest woman train New Florida has ever seen. But she spoke too soon. When Alexia made it to the top, there was trouble. The car behind Alexia's coupling broke on Kirsten's train. Oops! Didn't mean to let that happen, she said. Come back, Alexia! You need to save my train! Don't worry, Kirsten, Alexia said. I'll save your train later. Then the train car started to roll down the hill. Oh no! Cried the guard as he jumped clear. The freight cars rolled faster and faster. They rolled past through the countryside at 200 miles an hour. And Mrs. Portillo was outside watering the flowers when she saw the train going by. "My goodness," she said, "runaway train!" "I can't look," Krusty said, "it's a runaway train!" Then Fluffy screamed, and then the Amtrak Vermonter was coming by on its way to Washington, D.C. And the cars rolled over the bridge, and the locomotive rolled by. And in their path was Dwee with a goods train and her brake van Jaden. "Bust my buffers!" gasped Dwee. "It's a runaway train!" The signal woman switched the points, and the freight cars rolled into a siding straight into a pair of buffers. "That was close," Dwee said. "It sure was," Jaden said. "They could have crashed into me," Dwee said. Just then, Sasha came into view. "Limited Express coming through!" called out Sasha. "Choo-choo!" She was doing a good job. And then she began to cross the same bridge. "Here I come, Dwee!" called Sasha. "Woman engine coming through!" Sasha's ditch lamps blinked as she approached Dwee. "Keep up the good work, Sasha!" And she switched tracks and rang her bell as she passed Dwee. "This is the longest passenger train I've ever seen," Dwee said. "There are 52 cars on it." It was a long train. As Sasha crossed over the points, the passengers waved to Dwee as Sasha steamed over the crossing. Only a few more class cars, and then we're ready to deliver our goods, Dwee said to Jaden. "We're a little early, so we're just killing some time right here." As the coaches clattered over, the end of the train came into view. It was really long, with double-decker and single-decker. After Sasha left, Dwee steamed on her way to her destination. Just then, Becky pulled up. "I'll deliver Kirsten's goods for her," she said, and she steamed off with her work train. "I like doing Kirsten's job as well as mine," Becky said. "Switching engines around is what Mr. Cakester does." The next day,